Doug MPA back with another video. So guys, look at this headline here. It says 64% of women say they could do their boss's job better than them, but they aren't getting the chance. I want you to think about modern women, the idea of a modern woman in your head, a modern woman in the workplace. The entitled, spoiled, social work degree having, I'm always oppressed attitude, modern woman in the workplace. And this is it. This is what comes from that. Okay. I'm going to get into this article. Before I do, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. It shows you support me and what I'm doing over here. And put in the comments why you think that most women think that they can just automatically do their boss's job better than them. Okay, let's get into this article. It says, there's a major confidence gap between men and women in the workplace, though it might not be in the way you'd expect. A majority, 64% of women think that they can do their manager's job better than them versus 47% of men who believe the same, according to a new Monster survey of 6,847 workers conducted in February. That perspective doesn't necessarily reflect that women feel proficient in their jobs. Of course not. But rather they feel undervalued and overlooked for management roles. Monster career expert Vicky Salimi tells CNBC Make It. Women feel they can do their manager's job, she says, but the frustration is, why aren't they given the opportunity to do it? One of the biggest differences between men and women in the workplace now is men, we still know we have to earn what we get. We know that when we go into the workplace, we're going to be at the bottom. And it's even in our industries. Guys, did you know that a lot of female-dominated industries' incomes are front-loaded? Whether you're out of college, whether you have a college degree or you don't. Think about this. A female hairstylist makes more than a barber does. You know, in female-dominated industries, a nurse is going to come out of college making more than your basic on-the-ground IT person or even a basic engineer. If you're a starting off engineer, you're not making as much as a nurse. And even teachers, a woman that gets out of college with a teaching degree is going to come out making more than the $37,000 average that a man is going to make. But right around 35 is when men start out earning women. In male-dominated fields, the salaries always go higher than female-dominated ones. Okay? It says, women are far less likely to say they feel that they get the same quantity and quality of opportunities as men in the workplace. 60% of men believe everyone at work gets the same access to opportunities versus just 23% of women, according to Monster. And I wonder how much of that is actual lack of opportunity or all the current propaganda going around in society still, like that pay gap myth that just keeps persisting. These women are sitting there in the cubicles just indoctrinated with the fact that the male counterparts are getting paid more than them for the same work. And they're completely blind to the fact that their male counterparts probably are better qualified, work more hours, don't call in sick as much. It says the opportunities gap has a compounding effect among women at all levels in the workplace. Women say having a clear vision of the future for their career is a top priority for them, and a lack of potential advancement is the biggest red flag that would lead them to turn down a job offer. And a severe promotions gap is driving women to quit in historic numbers. Women leaders are leaving their organizations at the highest rate ever, widening the quitting gap between women and men in senior roles, according to recent data from Linen.org and McKinsey and Company. Here's the thing with the whole leadership gap thing. In the private sector, entry-level management is tough. And especially in a job that you don't really want to do. Women are more likely to bounce around, to quit a job because they're not happy in the job. Okay, men, we don't care if we're happy if it's giving us a good paycheck, and we'll start working more hours in management, even if it's a job that we don't like. If that management, if we have to to break our backs and stress out now to get to upper management later. But women always focus on this, I have to be happy at work, I have to love my job stuff. Okay? And then once again, lower level and middle management is the toughest part of management. And a lot of the times you're working a whole lot of hours when the upper managers are going home. That's why women are quitting. There's, for every woman stepping into a director level leadership role, 2 are choosing to leave, says Alex Krakovich, McKinsey's senior partner and an author of the joint Lean In on McKinsey Women in the Workplace report. Despite the bleak statistics, Salimi says there's a lot companies can do to ensure women get equal opportunities to succeed in their careers for the long term. They can provide women with clear paths to leadership through mentorship and sponsorship programs, stretch opportunities, and ensuring underrepresented leaders aren't left to be the only ones in their positions. Regardless of the structure, have a clear vision so women can see the future of their careers for the next year, 5 years, or 10 years with the company. But the biggest problem with this, though, is you have women who approach their quote-unquote careers. They want to be happy in it. And then they start the careers with this, I don't need a man, I don't want a family, I don't want to have kids, when they're 25. And then they finally get to management when they're 35 and they want to have a kid all of a sudden. So now they're doing that IVF journey, and or they get pregnant by some loser who's loose with his seed, and the whole mindset changes. Okay, 52% of women in STEM leave their jobs entirely or go down to part-time when a child is born. And it's the same thing with female managers, because they want to value their child more than their quote-unquote career. So it's not about organizations having a clear path for women. Women need to know, if you're going to be a career woman who's going to go into management, you're going to be single. You're going to be single. That is the life you chose. But women feel the right to be able to change their mind about their path in life at will. And everything else is supposed to bend around them. Get out of here. Employers can further support women at work with adequate benefits for parents that women are more likely to value per monster, such as paid family leave, child care support, and flexible schedules for your managers, And they should ensure they're paying everyone equitably, which is still a problem on the whole. Some 77% of men believe everyone is paid the same versus 24% of women, concerning given that women say fair and equal wages is the number one most important benefit to them in the workplace. The gender wage gap, guys, we can't escape this gender wage gap, can we? It's never going to happen, ever. Which has persisted for decades, now sits at the average woman being paid 82 cents for every dollar paid to a man. According to Census Bureau estimates, the gap widens for many women of color. I'm just going to reiterate again. Women will just walk into a job and just think that they can do their boss's job. They won't sit there and learn what their boss is doing. Won't become an expert at the job they're doing. They'll just sit there and look at their boss and be like, I can do their job better than them. It's entitled, selfish, modern women in the workplace. Let me know if you agree. Hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one.